Today I'm going to be talking about how to find crew for your short films as a director. Filmmaking is the ultimate team sport and you just can't do it by yourself. I mean, I guess you kind of can, but when you surround yourself with some talented, like-minded people, you guys can elevate the story to the next level. And a lot of people might not have the luxury of just spending money and finding a crew that way. And today I'm going to talk about how to really build your team of people for your story. It's very important when building a team to have the mindset that you do want to get the best of the best. You don't want to settle for people that are really super new when you can get someone better. I'm not saying you have to spend a ton of money hiring the professionals, but really know your network and know who is the better person to, let's say, DP for a project, right? And also, besides getting the most talented people, it's also important to get people that really click with you, people that are kind, people that just work well with the project. So with these mindsets in place, these are the roles that you do need on a film set. So assuming that you are the director / writer of the project, you want to bring in producers. These are the people that execute your vision. And the next few roles, these are people who can bring their own team of people. So number one is having a DP. A great cinematography is everything. They can bring in their camera team, bring in a gaffer and lighting team, and they will have their own connections. So once you find a really good DP, you don't really have to worry about all the roles below them. And then also same with art. So finding a production designer who has an art director, who has RPAs, who has an art team, then that's settled. And then finding an assistant director who kind of keeps track of time, make sure everything flows and operates smoothly. Super important position. They can bring in a second AD if needed. And then super important to have a sound person. Sound usually is more expensive, so make sure you budget enough for sound. At least budget the same amount for sound as you're gonna budget for cinematography. A lot of times to get the highest quality sound, you do need to spend some money on that. A lot of times when you hire sound people, you're also kind of renting their gear as well. So that's kind of where a lot of the money comes in. And then after that, as maybe some BTS people, some PAs, some people who are smaller roles, but people who are also important for a film set. That was one of the biggest things for me because I make a lot of YouTube videos and I love having memories being captured on set. So having people dedicated to that, I think it's important to me. So one of the biggest ways to be able to get the crew is through networking, right? So whether it is that you go to school, you don't have to go to film school, you can go to any school and find people who are like-minded, people who are interested, and kind of have an idea of like, oh, this guy wants to DP. He can, potentially DP for me. This guy is really into production design. They can maybe production design for me. Going to workshops, meeting people that way, or going to film festivals or clubs. Like not like clubs, but like film clubs, So tons of ways of meeting people. Just really go to these events and put yourself out there. Also, maybe join like online communities, like filmmaker groups, Discord people, or like Reddit, I think those places are also great for having tons of talented people that could potentially work on your sets. Putting out like little postings, like ads, to be like, hey, shooting a film, would you like to work for me? And advice is having a pitch ready, knowing exactly what your story is, having a pitch deck to just send to them like, hey, this is the film, the logline is about this, and just really getting them excited, right? Building a pitch deck or a pitch video, I think it's important, and having a script ready to be sent to get them excited for the project and really believe in it. Because it's bad when you hire someone or bring someone on who doesn't believe in the vision, and then it's kind of a mess and you have a lot of conflict on set. It's important to also like keep track of people that you meet, right? Maybe having a little spreadsheet or follow them on Instagram. So your Instagram like following is like people that you can work with. It's important to know where's people, and I think social media is a powerful tool to help you put yourself out there, but also like meeting and networking with people, especially in film. But also the best way of networking is by going to other people's sets. When you work as a grip on someone's set, you can meet who the DP is, you can meet who the art people are. And then once you work on set a lot, you have a huge database of people that are great in different positions, and you can see how they actually work on sets you worked on. So then you can bring them on to the set that you're going to be directing. And when you're building this team, now that you have your network, to actually get them onto your project, right? A lot of times as a director, you don't really have to worry about it, but it's it's more of the producer's job. So if you can find a really good producer, the producer should already have a great team of people. But if you're also directing and producing, then you can be advertising on your social media, having a film Instagram page dedicated to your movie, getting people hyped, posting on your stories, be like, hey, in search of Grip on these dates, stuff like that. And also you can cold email people. People a lot of times are afraid to do that, but a lot of times, could lead to something. You can get a lot of really cool people on your sets, so definitely don't be scared of cold emailing people. And then a huge important thing is to really offer value with your project, whether it is something you're passionate about or whether it is offering a form of compensation. It has to provide value in somehow. And if you're not able to compensate them to hire them, then I think it's important to make your set as fun as possible, as educational as possible, that they get to network, they get to work with fun people, have a good time, make it feel like playing, and give them good food too, like crafty and catering, super important. But yeah, if you guys want to know how I recently directed a movie and built a whole team and made a professional short film while in college, then check out this video right here. I'll see you guys there. Peace out.